She Got the Nerve, by Felisa Darius Skipper. This book is fictional, but factual. Based on my personal life experiences, She Got the Nerve delves into Lila's astonishing journey with wisdom, compassion, and boldness, providing inspiring insights into her mindset and the spirituality that propelled her to become who she is today. Surrounded by drug use and constantly hurt and neglected by her parents, Layla is left alone to suffer a world of sexual abuse, religious ruse, and relationship violence. Through the worst of times, Layla learns to rise above the dangerous lifestyle of the streets she grew up on by allowing the love and guidance of Christ into her life. Looking for a book that takes you on a thrilling emotional roller coaster ride? Well, look no further. She Got the Nerve is the book that will captivate you from start to finish. Get your copy today.
What's up, everybody? We are back. It's been a little bit. We are back. I pray everybody's doing well. For those who are in the path of that last storm, we are continuing to pray for you. We're going to do more than pray. We're going to be doing things to send different things to help. But we got another storm on the way. So I think a lot of these things that we were planning on doing and sending to people, we are on standby to see what happens with this next storm that's on our way. So we'll be finding out in a couple of days. So we are in prayer that everything works out. I even pray that storm just dissolves, just fade away. But if not, we just we're gonna make it no matter what. All right. So we're gonna get into it. We can get into it. Welcome back to the show, Miss Reese. How in the world are you doing?
Great.
Yes, you're going through a cold, but can you speak up a little bit so everybody can hear?
I'm great.
How's everybody out there? I probably need to hook up a keyboard. I've been changing some stuff around. Got a new camera hooked up. And to start off, I don't really like it that much. I might have to go back to my other camera.
Wow.
It was nice and sharp and crisp. Look at me.
I like this one.
Not as sharp as we were on the other one. We'll see. We can do some comparison. The other one was better. Anyway, we can get into it. How's everybody doing? Let me jump over to the comments. What's happening? Can y'all tell the difference from the other camera? Or is it just me?
It's you.
See? He can tell.
Me and Ashley like this camera, right, Ashley?
But well, yeah, we got a lot of different relationship things to talk about. I'm working on myself. I'm gonna stop saying so much. There's so much going on with confusion in relationship, confusion in marriages. A lot of people just have no clue what to do. They have no clue what to do to prepare themselves for marriage. I got one about kind of like why, from the men's point of view, why they don't want to get married. So I have all just random, like I said, random videos. But still, if you can see what's going on out there, it's so much confusion. Like, what in the world is going on, even in relationships? It's like whatever strange idea popped in somebody's mind, they doing it. But if you're just talking about this story, today about the lady, she wanted to take her kids to amusement park,
The fair.
to the fair. Just hooked up with the guy long enough to take the kid to the fair, kick him to the curb. I saw a video there of a guy. Everybody, like I say, everybody. A lot of people are making short clips. You know, that's what we do too. So we film this full episode, but then we chop up, make clips. So there's a lot of clips of like these court cases. I know men could be some dirty, low-down dogs, but some women, oh man, they are breaking some men's heart, making these men think that these kids are theirs and they're raising them and doing all this. I saw one, I don't know how many years he spent being the father, and he found out he wasn't the father, but he signed the birth certificate.
Oh, he's stuck.
And that's what the judge said, nothing that we can do. Then another one, he ran up to the judge's
the bench.
The bench. You're not supposed to go to the bench. He ran up there holding on, crying because she told him that he wasn't a father and he was there to hold baby's life, and now taken away and nothing he can do.
Was he the father?
No, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't the father, but they had him. The woman had him raising him as the father. He thought it was his child, and I guess after a couple of years, oh no, you're not the father. And sometimes the women over there just grinning. It's just heartbreaking, especially when you got those situations where they got a baby with a dude that could care less, and then they find a guy that does care and that is there supportive, and then some of them been lying to him for years. But anyway, let's get to it. I got a couple of videos, so I put down one subject. Is some men, they asking the question, so why should men get married? It's like if they move in together. I just remembered. It's a good video that I saw, and I forgot to download it. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna do this off my mind without downloading the video. Okay, the lady it was a boyfriend and girlfriend. So they I guess the girlfriend was feminine, and she asked him why he was playing a video game. That's it. Because I was breaking it down in my head. I was gonna take notes and play the video, but since I forgot to put the video, I got to do it in my head. Okay, here's a scenario. The young lady both of them in their apartment or the house, whatever. The boyfriend was playing video games with headphones on, playing, and she was like, "I want to talk to you for a minute." He's still playing a video game, and she was like, "We've been together for 3 years. When are you going to propose to me?" And then, so right off the bat, I say that wasn't a good time to have that conversation with you. If he's a gamer is playing the game, that could have been a better time to start the conversation. And she said, we've been together for 3 years, and she was like, "When are you going to propose?" And he's like, "I'm not ready yet." She said, "It's been 3 years, so you should be ready by now." And he's still saying, "Why? I don't see why." And then she was like, "Because I want to get married over in Dubai, and I'm ready to start planning that." And he was like, "That's not even in our financial category. Why you're trying to put that much pressure on me on that?" And then I forget that the rest of the conversation, but it got to another point where he said, "Okay, when you sign a prenup," and she's like, she's not going to marry, she's not going to sign a prenup. So I think I did pretty good remembering the video, but I can't remember what happened after that. So from that little bit I told you, what's your take on that conversation?
What were they already playing house?
Yeah, I think she was living there.
Okay, well, I was always told, why buy the cow when you get the milk for
Yes.
That's it in a nutshell. I mean, you already playing house, so you wasn't worried about being married year 1, year 2, or year 3.
You refresh my memory. She said she wanted to have kids. His response was, "We can have kids right now." Her response was, "I don't want to have kids out of wedlock."
Okay, I can understand that part.
So that little bit back and forth tells me, like, one, some people just have kids willy-nilly. They don't care. And I guess
She
his
has some morals.
I'm talking about him. He was just like, let's just go and have kids and solve her issue about having kids
And he
keep
feels like,
everything
why
away.
buy the cow
Yes.
when you can get the milk for free?
And so she had some standards of, I don't want to have kids before we get married. So that's two different things. So that's telling me they haven't communicated enough on the subject for her. She have the beliefs. She don't want to have a baby. I guess she fine with living together and like what you just said, playing house, but she didn't want to have a baby. So she drew a little line in the sand, not much, but she drew a little line in the sand. But that still told me that they didn't have that conversation, what she wanted and what they wanted. I guess, like I said, he could care less if they have a child or not right then and there. He didn't care about the long-term relationship. So that's what I saw in that. So that's the non-communication. And what other reason would cause him or to encourage him to get married? They are
already playing house.
Yeah, everything is already the way he wanted.
I don't see any other reason.
So I don't see no reason. So I just saw that whole. I saw it. Basically, my conclusion was both of them were wrong in basically the situation they're in. They were still happy, they were happy and all, but I think the tension is started going to rise, especially after 3 years. I don't think it should take 3 years to find out
whether you want to be with somebody.
Yes. So about 3 years, and he was still like, of course, he's getting marriage. A wedding is nowhere near, not on his mind whatsoever. So she's got this fantasy wedding, and that's the other thing. I think a lot of people look at what people do online, and they try to force themselves to be in that financial group where they're not. So now she's going to put the pressure on him. I want to have a wedding. What is it? It's destination wedding in a faraway place. It's going to cost thousands upon thousands of dollars. If he don't even have the value for them to even get married, what gives him the reason to want to spend thousands of dollars on a destination wedding?
He's not going to want to.
So I see, issues with that. And then again, after 3 years, I really, that's my point. I don't see a reason for him to even want to pursue them getting married unless you got to make an ultimatum. You don't get married. First of all, you got to move out. I mean, again, if you can still continue to do everything the same, no reason. What reason does he have to get married?
No.
So that's one thing that we
not at all
believers teach as being equally and unequally yoked. So for those who don't know what that unequal yoke means, like in the Bible days, old days, even still today, when you put animals together, it's called a yoke. So that's a yoke. You're putting two beasts of burdens together. So the Bible verse is referring to as a couple, husband and a wife, man and woman getting put together is being yoked together. And when you unequally yoke a animal, let's think of a real big, strong ox being yoked to a donkey. They're unequally yoked. So that big donkey is going to be drug around by that big ox. And they're really going to end up going in circles. Because you see that big, stronger animal is going to be pulling a little, or vice versa. So they're not going to be able to go in a straight line. Like you need a straight line when you're planting a garden, but basically planting your life. You need some direction. But being unequally yoked, so even from that conversation that couple had, I feel the woman, I don't know if she's in church or whatever, but she still had the belief of not wanting to have a child, not being married, or she even had the idea of wanting to be married. I think some old words I heard some people, how you say it, make me a respectable woman, something like that. So she had that on her mind. And as far as her boyfriend,
he was fine.
Yes. So marriage is nowhere near the conversation. Like, where did this come from? We've been together happy for 3 years. Why you want to mess up a good thing? So that's unequally yoked. So that's not only physically unequally yoked, it's mentally and morally. It's different levels of being unequally yoked. So that's where the conversations, you need a lot of conversations. So they done been together for 3 years. They should have had.
I understand a long time ago.
Yes. So even she should let it known. But I think some people get in a groove, think everything's cool.
He got comfortable.
Or yeah, he's fine. But I believe she might have took some things for granted. That I take for granted. I don't have to mention anything about marriage. So one day he's gonna wake up and gonna propose to me. Why? Propose for what? So I guess to some women in that situation, what reason did he have? Now, if y'all wasn't living together and it was something that he was working towards of getting together, moving in and playing house, if he had that to look forward to, that would put a little more pressure on him of getting married. If you already gave that to him, what else is there other than now he see his problems, especially he talking about the prenup. So now is the responsibility side of it. If I'm getting all the good side without any of the responsibilities, let's leave this good thing alone. They don't need to bother with it. So it's hard. So I get, again, based long story short, the reason for them, but when they're together, when she already gave him everything, he has no reason to rush to make any changes. We agreed on that.
Why buy the cow when you get the milk?
Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? And there's a whole lot of people out there offering milk for free also.
They're not offering it for free, they're getting it for free.
So I'm gonna play this, our first video of the evening. Got a couple of comments over here. I need to get a better mouse. Make me a respectable woman. It's crazy. Let me put Ashley's comment up here. Hey Miss Cheney.
Hey Miss Cheney.
Can you read that one, please?
Ashley said a lot of things should be addressed. A lot of things should be addressed at the beginning, so we know where we are heading or your intent in the future.
Yes, but after 3 years, 3 years, they had plenty of time to discuss it. I feel that some of these questions should be deal breakers after the first meet. I don't know, not the first. Yeah, it should be a lot of things even on the first date. There's certain things that this is a deal breaker. Know
each other's intentions. Like me, he might just want to date. He may not never want to be married.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's on that. That's date. Is that date one? Yeah. First time y'all going out. That's the kind of stuff that you should be discussing.
Because everybody don't want to be married, and everybody's not marriage material. And if she found out that she was looking to be married and he didn't want to be married, she wouldn't have wasted all these years, because that's time she'll never get back. She could have been married and had a family and the next best thing.
Yes, it matters. So I guess for them to make it 3 years, they got along, but I guess yes, compatibility matters. Did I say that? I think they do have a compatibility to make it 3 years, but without addressing everything. So he's probably had a lot of things like no intentions on getting married.
But they weren't on the same page.
They weren't on the same page because they never brought it up. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it sounds like his intentions the whole time was just to keep milking the cow. Yeah. And she just went along with it without saying anything.
Yeah,
So they definitely weren't on the same page. Yeah, they might have been compatible, which is what caused them to last long, but no.
But yeah, I guess if you never address a subject,
a closed mouth don't get fed.
Right. So I guess that's what she decided to open her mouth 3 years later. And now they have this hard discussion that should have been discussed 3 years ago instead of now. So they could make it. she could probably figure out a way to. So now it's kind of like twisting his arms to get him to marry her at this point, instead of him willingly doing it. So here we go. Get to the first one. Oh, did I hit it?
Can you present to me compelling and convincing arguments why I or other men should get married?
I think the first thing that came to mind is that how serious a real man is.
Man.
A real man who stands on his word. You stand on your word, you stand on what you do in life, and you say, hey, you're the one I want, and I want to live the rest of my life with you, and I don't want anybody
Why do I need a
else.
marriage for that?
But
Why do I need a marriage
if you're
for that?
saying that, prove it. Show with by your actions you have the action to put my hand in wedlock as in a commitment.
Okay, let's assume the man says, you're the one that I want forever. They think that you're great. You're the greatest ever. I want to only be with you for the rest of my life, and I want to commit to that. Will you commit to give him a prenup so that if you divorce him, you get nothing?
No, I don't agree with someone signing into marriage and not getting anything. When people both put in work and you just leave the marriage with nothing, I don't think that's fair.
Well, that's really quite the strange argument then, to say, well, wait, I expect this lifetime commitment from you in order to prove and demonstrate that you love me. Where's the demonstration of love from you?
I want
well,
you to
couldn't
commit to
you
me. I
demonstrate
love you.
that
I want you to
you
commit
were
to me.
equally...
So you see where that is going. Especially since she wanted to be, only way she was saying that he's a real man is to make the commitment, is to buy the ring, is to do all the providing, to do everything. And then so the guy was like, so what's coming back from the woman? I'm gonna love him. But it's so many men seeing some women just I say some, this is not all in no way, just it's good women out there, but I mean some of the guys, some of the men, they're seeing crazy stuff. They're seeing women just really going after what I can get, and then when I get to a certain status, I'm moving up, moving on. So I'm gonna go get my half from him, and now I'm somebody because I got the money from him. And so, yeah, a lot of, like I said, it's basically sounding like it's more risk, more things on the line for the man to lose than for a woman. Yes, for coming in. So I think that's what the guy's getting at. So you're supposed to provide. You're supposed to do all as a man. That's the only way you're a real man is to do all of this. Bring, work, bring it by. Provide everything for her, and if she just decides I don't want to be here no more, the laws on her side, she can take half and go. So what would you say to men that may be thinking that way?
That is not, it's definitely not all women. First of all, I feel like you kind of know the person you marry. You kind of know the type of person. Well, you should know the type of person that you're marrying. Like, okay, if I marry this person, because you already get a sense of how the person is anyway when you're dating them. You know if you got a gold digger. And you know if you got somebody who brings something to the table, and when they walk away, they're not trying to take your table and theirs too. So you kind of know. So everybody is not the same. And I would say, men, stop rushing into these relationships with these women and you don't fully know them. And women, stop trying to get what you can get. It's not all of us. And this is kind of maybe off topic. Do people still marry for love? Or do they marry for money? Because it sounds like nowadays people are marrying for security and they marrying for love. I mean, not for love, I'm sorry. They're marrying for what they can get out of it. So I see why men feel the way they feel. And why a lot of them are not marrying women.
Okay. I got some
No,
comments.
that's right. And not that that's everybody.
Much work.
Of course, say he's learned to have those conversations because they are much needed. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's why I just try not to say everyone. I don't stereotype. It's a wide man, it's so many different types of men, so many different types of women. So it's just very hard. So I try not to say I never like to say all men or all women or anything like that. What do you see? I don't know what that is right there. So that
And it says, sorry,
jump over to Ashley.
a lot of people aren't following Christ anymore. Of course, it will lead to destruction. And Miss Janie, absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna go on to the. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna get me I got some people, get me a production person to help with this.
All you got to do is go.
This is Samuel. A lot of women don't like Samuel, and a lot of them do.
Please explain.
Why are you tormenting me, Catherine?
No, ma'am, I'm asking you a simple question. You call me. I'm asking you to explain what you just said.
You said, is my value higher now than it was when I was married?
I said, was your virgin higher then or now? And you said now. I said, please explain.
The reason why I think it's higher now, you said my virgin, correct?
No, your value.
Oh, my value. Because you're on my cell phone. That's why it's hard to hear you.
Okay.
My value. The reason why I think my value is higher now than it was when I was married, because I've grown, I've learned, you know what I'm saying? And I got to know who I was as a woman. So I think my value has increased because as you get older, you learn, you grow, you mature. So that's why I think my value has increased.
This is not a guy. Okay. So again, this is this is the equivalent of saying I've been on the job for 20 years.
Yeah.
And listen.
You have experience.
Hey, listen to freaking comprehend and not respond.
Okay.
I'll let you speak. But you've been on the job for 20 years. And how often, but then you go out into the market and you find out that what they were paying you at that job ain't what the going market rate is. Happens all the time. Women do not gain value in men's eyes with wisdom, age, and experience. They gain value possibly in your husband's eyes, but not to just men on the market. You're older and used. No product gains value. And you ladies will sit there and fight logic.
Okay, so you get where he's coming from?
No.
Basically, it sounds like I didn't hear the whole clip, but it sounds like I've seen a lot of those clips where some women, they've been married for some years. Some did wrong, some cheated, some got educated, some made more money than their husband and decided to divorce their husband. And then they got out there after they divorced their husband, saying they can't find anything. They can't find another man. And then like with her, she was like, oh, her value went up. She found out what she did wrong in her marriage and she's educated herself. And now she know how to be a wife. She know how to work in a marriage. So her value went up. So he's saying okay, nobody else knows about your value going up other than the man that you was married to. So basically some people, I would say men too, but some women, they have this. They say, "I know my worth. I know my value." Yes, you're supposed to have value for yourself, but some have this. How can I explain it? Let's say like a painting. If I was an artist, and I've seen some of the crazy stuff too, where they got a big old canvas and they just put one line across it and sells for millions of dollars. So I can go do the same thing. I got me a canvas, draw a line across it. I know my value, and I'm not selling this until somebody bring me $10 million for that painting. So you know how long I'm gonna be sitting there?
Oh, wow.
Okay. But I know my value. I know my value of this product, but
We don't.
I'm the only one to know that. I'm the only one to know that. So now I'm gonna go out there. I could be arrogant, walking around to all the different art places showing, I want $10 million for this. I know my value. I know my worth. Give me $10 million. They slam the door in my face. Go somewhere else. I know my value. I know my worth. Slam the door in my face. Who are you? who am I? I haven't shown the art world. I haven't shown the world that I was an artist and I know what I was doing. But just because it's in my head that I know my value, that doesn't give it any value.
Right.
But that's what you were saying about this lady here. She divorced her husband for whatever reason, and now she went and figured out what she did wrong. Now she, in her head, her value went up. So now she's expecting more opportunities for more men because her value went up. How is that? It don't work that way. So he said the only person that would know that her value went up is her ex-husband. So if he's not married to anybody, she should be going back to him.
I was about to ask you, why is she not with him?
Man, it's so many. This lady, it's a long one. She was saying that her husband helped bring her up, and he, helped. I don't know. I know I messed the story up. I believe he helped put her through school. He just helped build her up. Basically, he took care of her when they got married. Mm-hmm. She didn't have nothing. So I tell you, a lot of times men don't care about the money thing. He could be rich and he see somebody attracted at McDonald's. It's highly likely, but you know the story, Pretty Woman. So the men don't care about the financial or the educational situation on the most part, most of the time. So he took her where she was and helped build her up, helped put her through school, helped educate her. Then she got high-paying jobs and started making more money than her husband. And then she felt like she was more greater than her husband, to the point where she was looking down upon her husband and decided, I'm better than my husband, so she divorced him. So then she get out here in the world, can't find nobody. She's going on dates and all these different things, can't find nobody that will, even get in a relationship with. You can't even think about getting married. So now she was up there saying, I should have never divorced my husband. I shouldn't have, he didn't do anything for her to divorce him, but the value in her head, her value went up, that it went up so high that my husband, I'm too valuable for my husband. So she divorced him. And now she done spent some years out there searching and trying to find somebody to replace her husband. Can't do it. Now she want her husband back. He done got married and moved on. So I've seen it's several of those videos out there like that. It's like, why did I think that I was better in all this and I can do better, or I could find somebody better? And then you get out there, whoo, it's rough. I'm sorry, women. This one guy, he said I believe I'm going to mess this number up, but if I'm not mistaken, he said only 25% of African American women get married. 25%. That's low. Let's say I'm wrong and say I know it's not more than 50%. Let's just say 50%. 50% of African American women never gonna get married. So imagine a woman, you got a husband, you're not satisfied with what you got, you complain about it and whatever. He's not everything. I'm saying he's not abusing anything. You feel like I'm gonna divorce him and go get something better. Your chances are
slim to none.
Better off praying that you can build that relationship up that you have. The odds are you finding somebody that's way better and is better than what you got is the numbers are not there. And then we talked about a couple of weeks ago about the passport bros. So now you done cut that the amount of men is out there. You done cut that down because they done got frustrated and they go in other countries looking for women. Mm-hmm. So it's slim pickings. So I just want to say a good point. If you got if you're in a marriage, he's not knocking you across your head. He's not abusing. He's not doing. It's still between you, him, and God. But a lot of times, what you got is way better than what you end up getting. I'm just saying, just looking at the numbers. I'm gonna jump over here to some comments, please. I'm sorry, I'm not watching the comments at the same time that we're talking. I'm gonna add this one.
Miss Janie say people build value, brand, and reputation. There is a difference.
Amen. You got to build it.
Vaughn says, hey, Vaughn.
Hey.
Corey says, facts. Vaughn says, wow.
But
Corey says, it's ego, really.
It's ego, and I think it's ego on both sides. But I guess that's when the imbalance come in, with one of them thinking they're better than the other. But I think when Lord, it's just hard to say. But I'm just sticking with it. What I've heard, what I've seen is sometimes it is the man being the husband and running a household. And I'm saying these are good men. A lot of people say, where the good men at? A lot of times you got a good man, complain about it, and look for other good men. And then when you get out there,
Teresa says, shaking my head, wow. Bishop Russell say, blessings. Hey. Trisha's Precious Gems. Hey. And Miss Janie said, it's risky either way. Stay humble. Exactly.
Stay humble. And the other one
that is so true. It is risky either way.
Understanding what marriage is all about. What I've been saying is
marriage is hard. Marriage can be hard work.
It is, but I mean, my point is even understanding. Well, Sarah, I keep saying it over and over again. That comment, happy wife, happy life, should be happy spouse, happy house. So both people are supposed to be happy, but a lot of women still have that mentality of happy wife, happy life. And I just saw one. It was, all these videos I tell you, it's one like that. They was in divorce court. The man worked and brought his check home every week, and she gave him $25 a week. And she said, if he need anything else, he can come to me. And her comment was, happy wife, happy life. It makes her happy for him to bring the check home every week. And he was under her control.
But it seems like that's how it used to be. The men used to bring the checks home to the women. And I mean, you have some men that still do that, but you would hear that more so back with our grandparents, our great grandparents. You don't hear it. I don't hear it.
But it's still even.
You don't bring the check home to me. I'm just.
But because it is different times, especially with especially one thing if the wife will stay home and he get out there and work and bring that check home, and he knew he brought that check home, everything was going to be taken care of. He was going to have to bring the check home to pay the bills And then one day the lights are off, but she didn't use it for the light bill, or she had to spend on herself doing other things, and then just want him to go figure out how to pay the bills. It's just some crazy stuff, but yeah, it's different times. I'm gonna show you.
Corey says, ego really. Ashley said, oh wow. Teresa said, shaking my head, wow. Bishop Russell says blessings. Oh, okay, I read that part. Okay, I read Miss Janie's. Okay, Teresa said, nice to be able to tune in. Love y'all. Love you too. First time. See y'all live.
What's up, Mr. Johnson?
Hi. Great subject, you all. Mr. Tim Johnson. Ms. Janie say immaturity goes both ways. Definitely.
Amen to that.
Tisa says, Sharice, whose grandparents, not ours. Tisa, I'm saying generally speaking. Miss Janie, each couple has to decide what works for them. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
it
right
each
there in a nutshell.
have to work
what
it out.
Work for you, somebody else may not work for us.
But so for them to be, if you ended up in divorce court, that means it didn't work out for you. So for him that's one situation when he was bringing the check home, and she whipping out, you get $25. That's it. Figure it out.
I've heard people say, well, I don't know the amount they were given, but I've heard people back with the grandparents and the great grandparents. Older people say, yeah. And my husband used to bring his check home to me, and I would give him a certain amount of money, and they didn't have any problems.
Yeah, but it depends on. It's still like they sit down. This is the money for the budget. They have that discussion, and I know people do it today, right now. I probably got some coworkers that wife has control over the check. I only like to say the word control, but one, not the. I'm just saying it anyway. I went out with a coworker. One day I paid for his food, then another time he decided to pay for my food. And he's like, I gotta let my wife know this is what I'm doing, because she gets alert on she get gets an email when he uses the money.
Right.
They've been doing that for 20 years. But they fine.
I'm also say too, they were bringing the checks home to the women, but the way the women were back in the days with the cooking, the cleaning, and nowadays you don't get stuff like you got back then. I don't cook every day. So
she told me at the beginning, I don't do this and I don't do that.
We had that conversation, and y'all said,
like, Lord, Lord, help me with that one right there.
I just don't cook every day. I'll if I cook, I'm gonna make sure we have leftovers or whatever. But he know how to cook. He cooked too. We had that conversation. We customized our relationship.
But sometimes, like what you just said, how do I say that?
Just say it.
I'm gonna get to it later. I hope it's
while we on the subject, let's stick to
no. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back around. It's in one of the videos too. It's in one of the videos. Add some of this.
I bet y'all know which video it is too.
I'm just saying.
Jesus said, yep, control is not bad. It's just delegating responsibility.
Well, that's not control.
Trisha Special Jim says maybe the wife or husband may have better handling. Maybe have better handling the finances than the other. That's correct.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've heard. Didn't we have a family member the more I talk, I might get somebody in trouble. I think somebody was. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. I remember a man told me that he had a gambling problem, so he had to take his whole check to give it to his wife because he admitted he had the problem with gambling.
I don't know who.
So he wanted to make sure that so it might be some of my family members, but he admitted that he did. He had a gambling problem, and he knew that if he didn't get her the check to his wife, the bills probably won't get paid because he wanted to go get his drink on, go get his gambling on. Bills won't get paid. So to save his marriage, okay, here's the check. Now she had to come pick him up. She came up there and got the check. That's what it was. I ain't, like I said, I don't know, but yeah, he knew who he was.
As Janie says, yes, everyone is not responsible with finances. TC says, Joe, please.
What?
Trisha's Precious Jim said some spouses may be better with one area other than the other. Lon said, great topic. Keep sharing and encouraging. Much love to y'all. Thank you, hon. And is there anyone?
Yeah, so I'm going to bring in. This is just see what he got to say.
And I always like to say, if it's not you, there's no reason to get mad, right?
Right.
So I say women want men that they can control. So I want you to lead, but I want you to lead the way I want you to lead. That's not letting him lead.
That is so good. Can you say that again? That is so good.
Women want men that they can control. If I say I want this Birkin bag, you're a provider. Go get it. And he say, I am a provider, and we can't afford that Birkin bag. Now he ain't a real man. Now you talking to your girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like all the women say they want something that they're not really preparing to get. You're not really prepared for it.
Yeah, I agree. And it has to be tough too, because you figure
So what you say about that?
I agree. Some women do want men that they can control. Me, I want you to lead. I do. I don't want you to be a do-boy. I want you to have some backbone. I don't feel like I ever wanted you to be. If I say, babe, go get some bread. Okay, babe, go do such and such. I want you to have some pushback to stuff that I say. I don't want you to just be, okay. That's no. That make me feel like you soft and just, no. I want you to lead and have some kind of backbone. That's a turn off for me, for you not to have no backbone.
Okay.
Do you think I'm lying?
No. But
because we have it out sometime now.
I know, but that's okay. Why you raise your voice and why you got to do this? So
you sure you want me to comment? You want me to comment?
So I'm like, dog. So you.
No, if I'm talking to you at like this, I want you to talk to me like this, not like this. I want you to give me the same respect that I give you.
That's still respect, but still a man is a man.
But you don't have to yell when you talk to me.
Still ain't yelling, even like now. Like talking this, why are you raising your voice?
I didn't say you were yelling.
I'm not saying, but I mean that's sometimes.
But you know when you're yelling.
Still, I still feel like some women don't want men to raise their voice. That's a man, and it's part of a man being a man. And sometimes they have to raise their voice. So no, that's
okay. Let's just say, and I'm not gonna name any names. If I talk to you, like I have a girlfriend that she always yelling. What if I talk to you like her?
What's that?
That's how would you feel? Then you definitely wouldn't talk to me like she talks. You would be down here. You know what I'm talking about. We're not naming any names.
I don't, but no,
me. She do.
Well, a woman, but I mean, someone, most of the time, a man is not going to back down. So if the woman try to really, a lot of women do not. It's two different things: a bunch of lip and talking loud. I guess we can deal with the talking with the lip, but
how often do I give you lip? Okay, I don't give you lip. I don't give you no lip.
Okay.
I just say what's on my mind.
Oh, don't hit a Lord. Don't get a Lord.
I just say what's on my mind. Whatever.
You have a lot on your mind. But man, I forgot what I was going to go to. But yeah, my point, even as far as the conversation. So if a real man that's has testosterone and a woman, especially if his woman, gonna get loud with him, he's got to get louder. The best way, I'll just go this way, a best way for a woman to really, I don't know if that's the right word, tame her husband, especially in intense situation, is to cut on the feminine. When you cut on that feminine, it's going to combat that in the man. But if a woman,
I'm sorry,
if the woman,
can
it
we
ain't got
just
to be
talk
all
about
that.
that?
It ain't got to be like a baby. But I mean, if a woman is coming in a masculine, the man gonna match it with masculine, and he's got to overpower it to still control.
Now, see, I don't agree with. I don't agree with what you're saying. Put your hands down. Because I come to him. Nice up, babe. You say such and such.
But you can.
Okay,
since you said your name, you can say some nasty stuff real nice.
What?
Yeah, you can say some nasty, mean things real nice.
That's how he takes it.
She not. But
that's how he takes
but
it.
Still,
because you heard him say nice. I talk to him nice.
What I'm saying is,
and he's like, "Rrr."
But you can. What I'm saying is, poison could be spoken, and just a little kid could come say something nasty. You're like, no, that's a pretty little angel. That's what's coming out the mouth. It doesn't matter. The delivery is what was said. That's what I'm saying. It could be some mean stuff said real nicely, and then
it's not what I say, it's how I say it.
No, it's the other way around. What I'm saying.
It's not how I say it. It's what I say.
I was gonna say some people have a skill of saying some mean things real nice, and the response is not going to be on the delivery. The response is going to be on what was said. That makes sense. Let's go to the comments.
Yeah, let's go to the comments.
I think we're right here.
Ashley said, LOL. Adrena said, aggressive women who have masculine tendencies.
Mm-hmm. It's going to get that kind of response from him.
Miss Janie, I'm with you, Miss Janie. Loud talking to me is no. I will respond louder, period. And see, I don't get loud with him. I'll say, why are you talking so? Why are you raising your voice? And Teresa said, I love you all. We love you too. She said that part. And Miss Janie said, masculine is not loud. Chorus started laughing. And one minute, he got exclamation. Okay. And Cora, we know you don't talk loud. And Drina said, it's not what you say, but how you say it.
It's still what you say too. That's my point.
And Miss Janie said,
women got the good skill of saying stuff nice. You say what? Okay.
That ain't me. Miss Janie said, approach, delivery, and tone is everything. Lon said, your tone and delivery is everything. Tisa said, this masculine feminine debate is redundant. Both men and women need to respect one another. Facts, Tisa.
Yes.
So you need, when I'm talking to you like this, you need to talk to me like this.
I'm not feminine.
You're not feminine, but we need the same way. We need to
talk,
both like this.
Yeah. But so.
I can't believe he said I can say some nasty stuff.
You
so
can.
sweet.
So okay. So my point for us then, since you don't put us in the mix.
You said I can say something.
I would think twice before you say stuff. Don't matter if you're saying it nice.
But I would like to think that I've thought twice before I said it.
No, John.
How you know I ain't mean to say what I said?
Okay, so that's the response you're gonna get. If you say something crazy and nice, you can get crazy response.
And then that's when I walk away because I don't want to.
Okay, so that means it's a better way.
Give you what you gave me.
It's a better way to address.
Because I know I can be pretty rough. I've changed, right, Corey?
You got no backup here today.
Corey, I've never had to. You've never brought that out of me, and I appreciate it. And let's keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, y'all. What we got?
That's just slick tongue. That's right, Bean. Tusha said, I get in trouble all the time when someone thinks I'm mad. Y'all see my eye jump? Tusha said it's not gender specific. And Tusha said, Reese, those looks. Like they said, my mouth don't say it, my face will.
Your mouth says it.
And my face too.
Okay. Let me hit this is another little short one. This short one. Uh-oh, I forgot to check her comment off. Go back over there. Talk about settling. Who's settling?
That's the one you really want to play right there.
Here's the thing about settling, ladies. You have to realize men have been settling. If you think you are the woman of his dreams, you are sorely mistaken. Again, men will marry the woman that is good enough if she is unproblematic and useful to him. All the other stuff that you think you're exceptional at, somebody else can do. So please believe you are not the one settling here. And over the course of the lifetime, because we naturally slow down as women, because men are built for the long haul, they will carry the burden. So they're doing that for somebody that is not their first choice.
So don't ask me what I think about it. I want to hear what you got to say because I agree with what she said.
So that's what I was talking about with the doing the things. Like if a woman, I cook for you. Well, men know how to cook. Men do a whole lot of the cooking. I clean. A lot of men do the cleaning. You know, a lot of women try to. I'm gonna say this is not all women. So I don't want to say that. But some women try to say that the reason why you should choose me because I'm pretty. There's a whole lot of pretty women out there, or I got a good personality, or
and I say to that prettiness, what look good to you is not always good for you.
Well, the looks ain't the looks will fade. So, but it's still like I said, women they say a lot of things that the men have to learn to do themselves. Like I said, a lot of times back in the day, you remember when that man would bring that check home? A lot of men, they didn't know how to cook. They was at work all it.
Right.
They was at work when they was growing up. The dad had them outside, chopping wood, cutting grass, doing stuff like that. They wasn't in the house learning how to cook. And then they went straight to work, went straight to the warehouse. So they didn't have that knowing how. But I think some, survival. I know they would cook to better survive, but I mean, actually cooking a real good, decent meal, they didn't know how because they were out working and the wife was home doing that.
Right.
So that's one of the differences. So now these days, I believe a decent, good man, that they learn how to cook when they was at home before they went off to school or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a difference. A lot of things that a lot of women say they don't do. So men learned I got to do this myself, because some women gonna be like they not gonna do it, or a lot of men have to teach the woman how to cook because they didn't learn. They was all they did was, again, I'm just saying in general, some of their goal was to look pretty to get a man, and they didn't sit there and listen to their mom and learn how to cook. They didn't learn how to do things around the house. And so, but a lot of times the men did learn that. They did learn how to do it. So now I'm like, okay, you can't do none of these things. I'm doing all this stuff on my own. What value are you bringing? That's what a lot of men are. Yeah, women ask the man what you bring. Is a lot of men, what value are you bringing to me? So the man, you don't have to twist his arm, like what we were talking about at the beginning about the man getting, should he get married or not? The man is gonna, if it's value, he's gonna hold it. He wants to hold on to it and keep it. Whatever's bringing value to him. If she's not bringing value to him, he's just going along for the ride.
Okay. But I agree with I definitely agree with what was said.
Okay, so yeah, that other thing about the women, a lot of women, they got to settle. They got to settle because they're not getting the football player, they're not getting the basketball player, they're not getting that high value man that they want. So now they got to settle for what Cameron keep talking about, the middle class. Got a middle class man. I got to settle down. He make 90,000 instead of 120,000. What I'm looking for. These high expectations. Okay. Yeah, right here.
Ashley said the Lord is still working on us, Miss Sharice.
She said us. You like that?
Oh, Ashley can turn up. Teresa, I need to tune in every time you drop a live topic. Okay, I'll send you a text.
Didn't say nothing.
Jenny said nowadays there's no excuse for either party. There is cooking, tutorials, classes for everyone. Yes.
But the attitude is this entitlement. Again, let's go back to the happy wife. I want you to do everything for me. I want you to go work. I want you to cook. I want you to clean. I want you to take care of the kids. I'm like, well, again, when a man, where are you at in this relationship? All I'm supposed to do is look pretty, and you're supposed to provide everything for that for me to look pretty. Oh, okay. And a man's like, I don't see no value. There's no value in that.
I thought you were saying the attitude that you get from the woman when she wants you to cook. No.
I'm talking about when basically the attitude of the man asking her.
Oh, because I was going to say, you give me attitude.
I don't give you no attitude. How's your stomach growling attitude? Attitude.
I'm just saying.
But you do that's the other thing.
I do the what?
You do the bring food, like you know how to go get takeout. And there's a lot of people.
When nobody's here during the day, we're both working. Like we get home the same time.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's
so
like
and I don't complain about that. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, okay. Because I mean, if you and it's like if you look for me to cook every day and we both come home at the same time, I will look for you to cook some days too.
I don't look for you to cook every day, but if I'm
Go ahead, speak your mind, bro.
Well, if I'm trying to work 3 jobs, and you're not working 3 jobs, are you still? Oh, okay, you just got for your 3rd job. Now you still need to get in the kitchen. It's time for you to get in the kitchen. It's your turn.
No, I'm not always gonna feel like getting in the kitchen, but I'm gonna make sure that stomach not growling.
All right, but that's all I'm saying. Talking about the turns. If somebody, either one. Let's say you went to work, and then you had college, and I know you got a whole big old list of things. And then I was like, oh, it's your turn to cook. So I'm sitting there, I wouldn't do it anyway. Sitting at the table with my knife and fork. Where's my food? It's your day to cook.
Yeah, because I'm Knock it off the table.
That's nonsense.
That's crazy. But
But-
then, you know, sometimes I'll say, babe, let's get in the kitchen together. And we'll get in the kitchen together.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny? Why you laugh? So let's get in the kitchen together. That's funny.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you off
see.
tomorrow, so you
So there
you
we go.
cook
This
dinner.
off. See?
I'm gonna come home to home dinner tomorrow.
Probably not.
Y'all heard it yourself, right? You heard it, right?
I gotta go climb on a roof and work on a house.
Probably won't. It's gonna be raining tomorrow.
There's a hole in the roof, so I got to get on the roof regardless of the rain. So I'm gonna be a carpenter
Guess
tomorrow.
I'll be hungry when I get home tomorrow, guys.
Okay. Oh, what is it? We done hit an hour.
You didn't have any comments?
Huh? We got it that sweet.
Yvonne said, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. She said, I'm hollering. She talked about Lord. And Teresa Fresh Jim said, that's sweet.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm not gonna play that other one tonight. I say that.
What other one?
That other one.
What other one? Show me.
That one.
Go ahead. You can go ahead and play it.
It really don't. It don't add with this conversation.
Okay.
So I'll save it. So it's a good stopping point. It's a whole lot of other stuff.
Guys, I'm sorry for coughing. I got this cough. I'm trying to get rid of it. I don't know if it's my allergies. I don't know what it is because my throat starts itching like really, 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 really bad when I go out.
So what are your final thoughts to this?
What we
people in
discovered today?
relationship? Yeah, I guess overall. what
That
we
you
talked
should
about
cook for me more. And I'm just teasing.
today.
I'm just playing. I'm just teasing y'all.
What is something to help? Let me see. It's so many different relationships. It's ages and it's frustrating. And
Y'all,
I'm not even.
we got to get back to finding love and not finding security. Because a lot of people we're seeing a lot of divorce. And I think the divorce rate has gone up. We got to get back to talking to our spouses, communicating with our spouses, get back to date nights, get back to making each other relevant. You know, chasing each other. Chase. You know, women like chase. I want you to chase me.
Okay.
That's what I gotta do. But just get back to loving on each other. I mean, I see a lot of stuff and I hear a lot of stuff all the time. And it's sad. It's sad. And it's like nowadays you don't know what you're getting out there. You hear so many men. Well, so many people are bisexual. I hate to talk about stuff, but it is. I'm just saying. I'm being honest. You ask me, like, you don't know what you get no more. And it's to each his own. I'm not saying. Let me just not go too far into that. But because I don't want to step on nobody's toes. But we got to start loving each other, loving on each other.
I agree with the loving, but I know probably what I'm gonna say is controversial. But marriage should be purpose before pleasure. What I mean by that is a man, and this is coming from a believer's point of view, a child of God's point of view. The world can do stuff however they want to do it. I think it still work out the same way. A man should be fear God. First of all, he should fear God. So a woman shouldn't deal with a man that doesn't fear God, because already you don't know what you're getting yourself into. That's got to be the standard. Does he fear God? Does he respect his parents? Does he respect his father? So does he have the fear of God and respect of his parents? Ground, what's that? That's the bottom floor. the foundation of any relationship. He doesn't fear God, doesn't respect his parents. I wouldn't recommend going any further. But then the man should have a purpose, a direction, somewhere he's going. He's got to be going somewhere, something he's building. He's got to have purpose first, and that purpose should be where he's going to take himself and take his bride, his family. But if he doesn't have that, he's going to be going around in circles. So now the man fears God, respects his parents, got some morals, know what his purpose is, or at least some idea where he's going. Then the young lady that he is trying to date has to be going on that same way. But what happens is a lot of times a man, yes, he might kind of know some have no clue what they want to do. Some do know they want to do, but they just like, I look at it as like putting applications for anything. Let's say you want to be a doctor, but you keep putting applications at the warehouse. You keep putting applications to repair roofs. You put in applications to be an auto repairman. Why are you putting applications over there when you know you want to be a doctor? So you should be looking for fields, anything to do with being a doctor. The same thing with dating. If you know where you're going, that's the type of, you should be dating with a purpose. Dating that type of person is going that same direction, instead of just randomly, willy-nilly, any pretty thing that comes along or any handsome man comes along. Just we some of them sexual compatible, or that shouldn't even be put up there, but just a random person, and let's try to make this square fit in this round circle, and we say I do, you get married. It's not going to work no matter how nice you talk to each other. If he's trying to go here and she's trying to go there, it's not going to work. You should have figured out what your purpose is. This is the direction I'm going. So you need a spouse that's going in that same direction. Not the same career, but I mean somewhat going that same direction. You can't have somebody totally different, even where you want to live. If your goal is to go to move to California, and you dating somebody because they're pretty and they want to move to New York, and y'all get married, somebody gonna be mad. Y'all can have friction, end up in Oklahoma somewhere. Both of y'all mad, so now you're just gonna have problems on top of problems on top of problems, because you didn't establish the relationship with the person, the purpose that, So people they's like, let's just fall in love. So love is just something that's randomly happened. No, you still got to have some direction. You got to be somewhat equally yoked. Got to be somewhat going in the same direction. You got to have some of the same beliefs. You got to have something that's in alignment, instead of just, they pretty, I'm gonna get with him. He's handsome, I'm gonna get with him, and then wherever this random ride takes us, and now you're on this roller coaster, bumpy, trippy ride, because it's just going all over the place, and you wonder why it's not working out, because there's no kind of structure, no kind of order. The man is not leading nowhere. If he's trying to lead, you want to pull this way, it's all messed up. So if we go back to again, the foundation of a man fearing God, having purpose in his life, knowing which direction he's going, and then the woman, hey, where you going? Hey, Pastor said that today. So the man know where he's going, and the woman could come along, hey, are you want to join this journey with me, this direction I'm going, or no? Or you're not going to force me to change this the direction I'm going. If you don't want to go this way, find somebody else. And I'll find somebody that's going the same direction I'm going in. I believe that will help a lot of relationships that's going haywire. Anybody?
Ms. Jada said y'all don't want to hear my comment on some of that. We do. Teresa said yes. Ms. Janie said that's true, Sharice. Teresa said get some water. Trisha's Precious Gem said amen. Ashley said I definitely agree.
Oh, Ms. Janie, you still there? You got something that you got to say? We can handle it.
We love you, Miss Janie. Yeah, it's sad how the world is now. We definitely got to stay prayed up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just feel some of these relationships. I just feel so bad. I'm like, but my thing was, if we could have got there at the beginning, if some of us old school folks, if you could see problems before they even start, if you could see, hey, who you dating? You dating who? You dating what? And I think a lot of, I don't know, I know a lot of different, maybe some relationship, not relationship, different. I said, yeah, if you wanted to.
Miss Jenny, did you want to drop the link? Did you want to want him to drop the link? You don't have to put your camera on.
But I guess this may be my final point is, yes, in some cultures they have this arranged marriages, and I'm not a proponent of arranged marriages. But my point is, they go check the people out. They check them out. So I feel like in our culture, you just do whatever you want to do, and it's like, I'm going to get married, but I still feel like the woman, the daughter should bring the dude home early in the relationship too, not years into it. They should bring this what she say?
As you said, a lot of people underestimate how God can fix your marriage instead of the first option being divorce. Absolutely. I've heard people tell me some of the stuff that has happened in their marriages, and they stayed. And them men, what I tell you, that woman, they got right. Do background checks and check people mental stability. COJ.net, Miss Janie. COJ.net.
Yeah, that's how I was getting at. Like, the daughter should bring the man to her father, to her brothers, to her cousin, to the family, so that they can check him out. And if need be, y'all want to go check their background if possible, that's fine too. The times that we living in, and I believe vice versa. The man should bring the woman to his mother, to his sisters, to his aunties, and let them spend some time with him. They will spot some stuff. They will have conversations and spot, hey, something ain't right there.
Yeah, Daddy spotted some stuff too. I'm just teasing.
He spotted I was a good guy. You
still owe him.
I owe him some goats. I'm telling you, one day I'm going to take some goats to his house, pay up, either take you back or take some goats back. Still deciding.
You better take him them goat. Miss Janie say yes, indeed, and people pretend very well. Church folk too.
Oh yes,
yes they do.
I think. I don't know. My point of view. It's just my point of view. People get away with a lot of stuff in the church. What I mean by that is, like I said, you remember I said about the man being God-fearing or the woman being God-fearing, and just because they in the church, they think automatically that's a God-fearing person, that's a good person. Now it's some what are they, snakes or wolves in sheep clothing? Yeah, you think this a decent person that's been in church for years? They don't know God, and they just running around wreaking havoc. And that's even, I was still, even in this church situation, I would, like I said, if a young lady wanted to date a man in church, check with other dudes in the church. They done heard. They done heard different things about him. They done heard other stuff. So it's like, hey, is this a good guy for me to date? And the guy's like, nah, don't mess with that. Leave that alone. I would take their advice and don't mess with it. Leave it alone. It's let a lot of people, stuff is hidden in other families or history that they're running away from, or some of them be going from church to church to church, and just, yeah, it's a mess in the church too. But yeah, I think a lot of people have to put the guards down because the person's in church and you think they're a good, honest, decent person, and a lot of times, yeah, they're not.
Miss Janie says, "Love you both. Great subject. Love you too, Miss Janie." And Trisha Precious Gem says, "LOL, facts."
Well, okay. And speaking to Miss Trisha's Precious Gems, we are doing a event in November. We have a health fair, so y'all gonna be starting to see more and more of the commercials. And actually, I should put. I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start running the commercial with the show, with this show here, and it's gonna be on the TV channel. You know, we are Purpose Inspired TV. I think we just hit more than 1,000 downloads to the app. Yes. So come on, join us. Purpose Inspired TV. We are on Roku. We're on Fire TV. Just go there, use your little remote, say Purpose Inspired TV. You'll see our logo pop up and just hit download. It's free and start watching. It's time for me to start putting some new content. We're going to be working on that. It's a new month. Every month I used to put new content in. I'm a little bit behind, been doing a lot of things, but me and my team are going to put some new content up there, and we are still looking for more content. You know, in the content creators, different ministries, TV shows, people with positive. The name of the TV show is Positive. No, it's not positive. It's Purpose Inspired TV. So it's got to be Purpose Inspired. I was having some people that I was asking them to put that movie on the channel, and I watched the movies, and I was like, there's no way in the world I could play that on the channel. So Purpose Inspired TV, so it's positive. It doesn't, you know, I'm not like looking for the channel to be like TBN, but we are looking for some decent positive content. So anyway, there, like people got some movies want their play. Authors have been interviewing authors. So anything to help people. That's the main thing. We want to help people, and people's got help people, inspire people. And if people have content and they don't have the opportunity to be on platforms like the TV channel, we bend over backwards to try to help them. I even teach them. I'm actually teaching a class now. I'm teaching a social media content creation class this week. Depending on the storm that's coming up, I was going to teach a class on social media and streaming, like what we're doing right now, teaching people how to do this. So I want to help as many people as possible to get positive content out there, whether it's on our TV channel or not. I want to help get people more positive out there. It's so much bad out there. That's what it's all boiled down to. It's so much bad. So I'm part of my purpose is to help to get more positive content out there and help people in a positive way. Even that the discussion that we're having tonight is to help people. So we put ourselves on the line, talk about different things, and maybe it'll help someone that's in a similar situation, or to help someone, like if some bad stories or something, some video we play, help you not get in that situation. So we're just here to help, here to be a blessing to the kingdom. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So I guess we're going to call it a night. Until next time, y'all can let us know what are the cutting subjects. I got so many videos of that pops in that I want to play for us to discuss. I thank you all for your comments.
Send some suggestions of what you would like for us to talk about.
If not, I guess that's to talk about. Give you a piece of my. I'm not gonna give you a piece of my mind. I'm giving my opinion. I'm keeping all my pieces of my mind. You might give me a piece of your mind. I ain't giving you a piece of my mind. I'm staying silent. I'm staying whole. All right, y'all. I thank y'all. Love y'all. Everybody.
Love you guys.
Be blessed.
Good night.
How you do this thing?
Attention content creators. Are you tired of struggling to get your work noticed, or are you ready to expand? Look no further than Purpose Inspired TV. We offer a unique opportunity to reach a wider audience by being available on Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, and more. But it's not just about exposure. Purpose Inspired TV is dedicated to uplifting, inspiring, entertaining, and educating viewers with positive content. Whether you're a motivational speaker, a musician, an actor, or a comedian, we want to help you share your message with the world. So why limit yourself to social media platforms when you can now be on TV? With Purpose Inspired TV, you can take your creativity to the next level and make an even bigger impact on your audience. Join Purpose Inspired TV and start sharing your content on TV today.